Ah, that's better.
There you go. It's recording.
Got
Right.
it.
I'm
Saw your
very-
email earlier, Frode.
Okay.
Excited to see the presentation.
Yeah, it would be nice to go through. Does that make sense for today, guys?
Of course.
Cool.
How long do you have to present?
Oh, Bent and I together, 10 minutes.
Oh, it's gonna be, yeah.
Just want to show you, even in Norway it gets hot. This is, can you tell what it is?
Is it coffee with sparkly water?
It's espresso with tonic.
Aha, I got it right.
You got it 99.9%. Forget the botanicals of the tonic. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, while we're waiting for others, I'm just rendering a 360 video I took on the boat today. It was amazing. There for a few days. And it's a strange thing with us humans, isn't it? Like if we get stressed, sometimes we want to go for a walk or a drive or a run or a bike or what, just something moving forward, right?
Yes, we have to move.
Yeah. And there's also this cognitive behavioral therapy thing now where when you're in therapy, they tell you to move your eyes kind of back and forth and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is when you walk, you can't just walk without looking where you're walking. So the brain knows at a very basic level that if you look like certain places, that you're out and you're moving forward. So you're not moving towards danger because then you'll be going backwards. So it cuts off part of your limbic system that deals with fear and negative emotions. This thing our parents would say, you know, if you're stressed, go for a walk. It's not a superficial thing.
No, it's really not. I'm recovering from an Achilles tear and surgery, so I am not walking, and I haven't been for the past month. And I've been feeling the fog in my brain of needing my exercise movement releases.
What kind of surgery did you say?
Achilles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a nasty one.
How long will it be until you can walk?
A few more weeks. It shouldn't be too much longer. I'm in a boot now, out of the cast and able to move routinely. But it's also why you see me in this setup every time we're on the call, because I am I'm couch bound most days. Although I've set up kind of an office in my main room that I at least have my secondary screen. But yeah, that feeling of not having the it's like movement or a shower, like a shower thinking and those eureka moments that pop out.
I don't understand why shower, but you're absolutely right.
I'm not sure either. I wonder if there's been any research around that, because again, that's another one that comes up often with regards to like ideas generating, and it's kind of like the marination of thought as you're kind of progressing through your life, and those unexpected moments where, yeah, that makes total sense. Now I need to record this in some form.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so I don't know, maybe also Mark can't make it today because he's getting ready for Hypertext/Human, which starts next week. Are you both going to Hypertext 21?
I am not sure yet. I have seen the invites.
It's not actually that expensive this year.
I saw that. It's quite affordable. It's like 80 euro or 50 euro if you're ACM member.
Yeah, I've signed up for the whole thing, but because I'm here for family reasons, I won't be able to be there as much as I would like to. So I feel, it's really annoying with people at a conference who come in, do a presentation and leave. So I definitely don't want to do that. But how much, traveled here to, you know what it is. Anyway, okay. Do you mind if I just do the presentation with you guys then?
Yes, that would be perfect.
Feel free to stop me if you want. This is not, my presentation run through in that sense. It's very much for you to ask questions and point out things, okay?
Gotcha.
Now, before I do it, just want to make sure that you understand that I just want to show two things. One, actually what it is, so it's not theoretical in their heads. Then a little bit about what can be done with it. Yeah, I took their logo and made it black background. This is the only introduction text. which obviously I would read. That makes, is that correctly worded for how you see it?
Making documents more powerfully interactive by adding a few words in the method.
That's fine.
Fine is fine. It's just an intro sentence. I don't want to go into wordy philosophy. We just don't have time. As I said, the stuff you have at the beginning of a book, and they should have a PDF, but never really have, taken that stuff and added it to the end of a document, just like, and I guess this is where I should say it, and as you can see, this is one of the documents from this conference. So at the end of all your papers is visual meta. Let me show you, Claire, what that is. It starts and ends with these tags. And inside we have wrappers for the different sections. That's really important, so it's not overwhelming. Mr. Anderson with the background.
For Monday.
Yeah, you missed only basically 1-2 slides. You've seen this before. So I say I've taken the the back of a document, and as you can see, what we're doing here today is but added to the end of all the conference papers.
Yep.
Looks complicated, but it's not really. First of all, it starts with the visual meta start tag and it ends with the visual meta end tag. Inside, it's got wrappers to make sure it's really, really clear in different bits. There's a header and self-citation, and the header basically introduces itself. And the self-citation is actually the bibtech for that document. It's what would normally be on the download page. There's also introductory text in the bibtech, in the visual meta, so that people at wherever they are and whenever they are can also derive some basic value from this. That's what we've done for you guys for this conference, but there is more to visual meta. These are the basic blocks, but the other ones, which are kind of interesting, is we're looking at how to do a hash to make it really clear this is the right document. And then we have a bit we call extensions where the goodies are. First one is maybe the most important. It's where we explicitly say who the authors are. So you don't have any problems with first name, last name, or middle name, or what fits in what language. You can write anything you want, plus any and all affiliate and contact information that the author wants to make public. You can also have the full references, list all the headings, including who wrote what heading and Peter's here, excellent.
Good morning.
Morning. Sorry, I've just started going through the presentation for Tuesday. It's a bit non-controversial so far, I think. So then we have the glossary, which can be an interactive glossary depending on what the reader can make happen. And notes can be there. And then this is a really cool thing, custom. Anybody can put anything in as long as they make clear what it is. We're also experimenting with putting the full PDF into this bit so that it's easier to parse the text should that be necessary. Then after the end, we are looking at putting in an errata system so that updates to the document can be part of the original document, like you would have a piece of paper added to a document in the olden times.
You're muted, Fred.
That was weird. I lost you guys completely.
Yeah, it froze, but the screen froze a couple seconds before.
Okay, I'll just go back here then.
But now I can't see your screen. It says Frode started screen sharing, but it's blank.
I can only see Peter's profile picture. There's something going on here.
This is one of these. Have you tried reinstalling your OS these days, isn't it?
It's a very fast network here.
Yeah.
But it should not cut out like that. It's fiber optic to the home. Let me just quit this other stuff. That was uncomfortable. I hope to goodness it doesn't happen on Monday. Right. Okay, so you heard this bit, right?
Yeah, well,
I think
not seeing your
froze again.
Yeah.
How about now? It gave me another message right after you said that. No?
No,
I
your
was looking to desktop.
your video started. Your face has started moving. The desktop's moving. Yep, we're back.
There you go.
Can see now?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'll say that we're experimenting with having the full text of the document in Visual Meta for whatever analysis that could enable. And also we're looking at an errata system, which would be similar to having an update in a sheet of paper at the back of a document in the olden days. I have a feeling you guys are not there.
No, we're here.
I'm here. Listening.
I think when it's this bad, you kind of need to nod your heads just so I know that you're there. Okay, good. So I just
I
repeat.
heard something down in my chair.
So I'll just repeat the first slide now, making the documents more powerful, interactive, adding a few words at the end of the document. So the immediate benefit is things like this. We can do citation timelines just by adding these documents. This is what Adam and Mark have done with a database that we can just add to. We also get things like copy and paste as a citation. We're literally just normal copy command. When you paste, it'll paste with all the citation information. Also in the software developed, you can have folding, finding, endnotes, and interactive glossary. Feel free to have a look at augmentedtext.info. Of course, I'll give anyone a license key for free for author, which costs a little bit. Reader is entirely free. And in the future, hang on, you guys are actually kind of blocking me here. I can't read everything. Whatever.
Using a little bit more.
Yeah, anyway, so this is a pilot. Other journals are in the work. Visual Meta is completely open and free to use. I hope Wendy will give me the go-ahead that I can announce by Tuesday that we will be doing this with web stuff next summer, but just never know. And I'll mention that I was presenting.
You're back. You're muted.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's kind of choppy.
Froze on your going into your future page. Yeah.
And you were
Okay.
mentioning Wendy.
Yeah, yeah, I would like to be able to announce that this will be used for web science next summer, but I just don't know if that will be happening. And
Fingers crossed.
what's that?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed indeed. Did you see
I think Wendy will. I'd be very surprised if Wendy doesn't go for it. I think she's in for the idea. It's whether there's any pushback from elsewhere.
Yeah, you know, Wendy has her priorities, and you know that's all well and fine.
Well, mainly it's Barcelona, so she wants to go to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Tell
By the
her,
way-
tell her karaoke as well, and you'll be well in.
Karaoke, what?
But Wendy likes karaoke.
Oh. So I'm just reformatting it so that you guys don't block that on Tuesday. I think I know what's wrong with the connection. That is, we don't use it very often. And so it needs a date for the system to realize they should give us the resources. So I'm glad I'm doing this with you today. And I'll keep using it this weekend.
Yes.
Because it's fiber optic, 50 up and 50 down. So it's fast when it works. Right. And then finally, this is a Future of Text initiative. I think that's it, actually. So for those of you who entered late, just the first slides are just that grand sentence saying paper stuff, digital, going through it like this. And then only two examples, the timeline, copy, paste, and a list of other things. And this.
I don't think that's 5 minutes, Frode.
Not at that speed.
Well, I mean,
Or do you think I will pick?
it's going to be at the introduction, right?
Yeah. Do you feel that it'll take longer to say?
Well, it always does when you're presenting, and if it's going to be rushed, it's better to reduce some things so that you can speak slower as well, so that people can get a sense for it. For example,
you could, if you took some of the, I know it would be nice to have the transitions, but one way you probably could do some sort of concision in it would be to where you walk through the different subsections is literally just to put a pointer onto them. In other words, do one slide and just almost walk through. In other words, you might be able to take a lot of transitions out, because transitions do take time when you're this tightly done. I mean, it's a shame.
Have you any
I think
idea how much
you've done
time
it really
took to
nicely.
make the transitions, Mark?
Sorry.
I did experiment with different ways of doing it. It
Yeah,
took
yeah.
quite a while to do this, but
Sure.
I felt,
Oh, absolutely.
I felt that because of the time pressure, it was the only way to show context. Right. So
No,
that's
those transitions I think are fine. It's just
I-
some transitions on the web, they don't really work as well because you don't get to see any animations fluidly. But those are fine. Those are just the solves in the same slide. I don't think that's an issue.
because
So the bit I meant was, if you need to, no, it's not. I'm not saying that doesn't make sense. I really like this. What I meant was, if you're really tight for time and you need to squeeze something out, is rather than take some that dissolves out and just put literally, do the page and maybe just point to each thing in turn, or even just put them all up together. If you're going to be pressed for time.
I think that would actually make it take longer. What I mean by that is, if we show a full visual meta with everything, it's so dense.
Yeah.
So that's why, I'm trying to be gentle with the audience. Otherwise, they would take more time to get it, I think. I mean, they literally take half a second each. Well, oh yeah, by the way, when you see this, does it do this type of animation, or is it a fade for you?
It grows out.
Okay, so it does, at least when it works, it does at least do it properly. That's good.
Yeah.
So the idea in the introduction is to introduce visual meta. So I think some of the either examples or things that are being worked on you can maybe tell people to have a separate presentation that people can access, or the website, or a go to a call to action, something like that, in case they want to know more about it.
Yeah, the hang on this.
Yeah, because those URLs can go in the ACM library page that will be free to read. Worst case.
I can just leave this page up while there's a little bit of chat at the end.
Yeah. Plus the fact that you can arrange with Vint to take the questions. So if they say if they say you're overrunning, Vint handles that. And you just keep talking.
As you know very well, Mark, I take timing extremely serious. I from a future of text, I do take the mic out of people's hands.
Sure.
Yeah. And I have promised. Okay, what about this slide? Anything else, or should this be presented different, or how do you feel?
When you say other journals, you mean use in other journals?
Yeah. I have a feeling this is not a very well presented page.